What's up? Trying to get that better. What up? I'm gonna work on my what's up. Welcome back. Another episode of My Thing, Tales of Reform Gangster. This is my office edition. And I really was just gonna come up here and do a kind of a promo for my I got a lot of freaking notes laying on the ground. Not my like notepads. I don't know where these notepads are coming from, but I think at one time I wrote a note on there and then I'm not sure what the hell, so anyways, so I was going to come up here and just do a kind of a promo thing, which I'm going to do right now. But I am going to do a quick show on like how women can get you in trouble, okay? And this is going to go, it's going to be a two-part story. How once it got me in trouble and once how somebody else got themselves in a lot of trouble with me over a girl. And I've had not a lot, but I've had a few incidents with my ex-girlfriend where I ended up freaking smashing a dude, whatever. And I'll get into that too because it's a really long and crazy story. What I wanted to tell you is this. Next Sunday, and every Sunday, anybody who does a super chat that's like $20 or more, I'm going to try to give them a gift. Be it a shirt, a hat, a book. Right now, I'm giving away books. So like the super chats, if you do like a $20 super chat, I'm going to give you a chance to have Larry Mazza's book, The Life, signed, or James Keena's book called 20. This is actually a really good book, 2084. I did a marketing campaign for him at National Crime Syndicate. It's like this dystopia, in 2084 of like chaos, this American apocalypse. It's so good. It kind of inspired me to want to write my next book. So I have a couple copies of that. I'm going to have them on my radio show too. Then I have another really cool story. It's called The Interceptor by Angel Frejo. And he's a friend of mine. And it's a short book, relatively, but it's cool. It's about it's called The Interceptor. So it's about if you're suspected somebody's got a hitman after you, you hire this guy to figure out, if they do, and if they do have a hitman after you, if you've been contracted, somebody's been contracted to kill you, this guy, the Interceptor, you contract him to freaking kill the hitman. It's a cool premise, so I got that book too, and I'm giving it that way. And of course, my own books. These two are going out to a fan. That obviously my books are much bigger. They're over 500 pages each, and I will sign them for you. So if you join my Patreon at a level that's $20 or more a month, I will, after 3 months, always give you a t-shirt, a hat, books. Plus, periodically, I just might pick a name like, yo, give me an address. I have some friends who gave me some books. I'm going to give them to you. They're good books. Or if I have, like, some t-shirts like that are Italian festival runs that are left over, I'm just like, yo, here you go, man. But make sure you holler at me about these books. Like I said, this Sunday, I'm going to do a typical live stream like I do every week. And I always start off kind of like, okay, this is my relaxed day. I'm chill. It's Sunday night. I just want to kick it with my subscribers, my fans, my followers, just kind of have a conversation. Then somebody gives me a super chat, and I'm, damn, I forgot about the super chat part, man. People give me money for this. It's dope. And I always think of it, afterwards. I'm like, God, it's so generous, man. It's so kind of people to think, man, I value you in such a degree that I'm willing to pull money out of my wallet and say, here, take it. Which is cool because it means all the hard work that I do for you guys I'm being paid for it, and I appreciate that. Ultimately, I do it to make money. I do it to make a living. I don't make much, but ultimately, my goal is to expose my books and my art thing apparel brand to the point where I can make enough money to where I don't have to pander like this. So. But anyways, I want to tell you, I got like a list of all these like crazy funny stories. They're not all so gangster, but some of them are more gangster than others. But they're not that long, so these shows are going to get a little bit shorter. They're only maybe 20-minute stories, not 45 minutes. Although me, once I get going, a 20-minute story could turn into an hour story easy or more. So I don't know what made me think of her, but I had this friend in growing up in the neighborhood. Her name was Mindy. Cute girl, not too smart. I think she played the role of Airhead, but she really wasn't that stupid. She was actually, pretty smart. And I knew her since like 8th grade, and I had these two girls I was trying, and I was not a player. I was no ladies man. I was nothing like that. So I had these two girls. They both went to her school, and which was another school, not my school. And I had to pick between them, and I picked the other girl, which was a mistake because the other girl didn't really like me. She dissed me after like a week. So I should have picked this chick. I did kiss her. That's it. It was like one of the first girls I kissed in the new neighborhood. No big deal. She's super cute though. I mean, really, just a beautiful little young girl, great body, perfect body. So I mean, but she just was kind of airheaded. I didn't have any real romantic interest in her. And then a couple years later, I started dating my girlfriend Ramona, and Mindy was friends with my girlfriend Ramona. They became like good friends. And so I she became like a sister to me, this girl. And I liked her, man. A lot of people a lot of the girls didn't like her because she's really cute. So all the good looking guys wanted her, you know what I mean? But they all bang her and diss her, you know what I mean? They'd toss her and then all the other girls who couldn't get the dudes that they wanted would like make fun of her for getting banged and dissed. And I remember one time I was at a gas station. I was at 7-Eleven on Masonic and Harper. I just pulled up with the crew, there's carloads of us pull up. This is where everybody meets there, and these girls, and they're all drunk. And one of them, this little ugly girl named Kelly, just disgusting, ugly little freckle-faced, pig-nosed troll of a chick that I always hated. I called her that one time after I punked out all her boyfriends and her little friend. I freaking punked them all out, like 10 of them. They didn't even freaking look at me. I'll tell that story. It's a funny story. And I'm going to tell that story. Why the frick not? We got time, right? So I just told the story to somebody. The guy's party's a guy named Rob Aguilera, whose wife is now my accountant's like top secretary. Her name is Brandy. She's really sweet. They do a great job at accounting and doing my business for me. Rob Aguilera was her husband. I was never really tight with, but I was friends with him. And he was a couple years older than me, and I always had a 4th of July party every year. The irony is that my CPA, my accountant, has the biggest party, 4th of July party, like on the lake. So it's Lake St. Clair. So it's all big, like $1 million houses. And he's got like a huge multi-million dollar house, and probably $1 million. And he has these huge bashes every year. And it's like roped off. You got to pay to get in. If you're not on the list, you can't get in. Better be sneaks in. There's just too many people, man. Like jumping fences again. It's dark. There's music playing. There's catered food. There's kegs. He knows. He doesn't really care. I snuck into every one of them. You know what I'm saying? And didn't even know the freaking guy. But so it's the same night as that. It's everybody has a party from Memorial Park spreading outwards. But they have fireworks. They have this huge fireworks display, like a multi-million-dollar fireworks display. So all the houses along the lake, along Lake St. Clair, everybody's having a party. Everybody's partying, right? And so his house is like 6 houses down, and even people who aren't on the lake, maybe down the street a little bit, but you can see the fireworks for freaking, from a half a mile down the road, or more. So he has a party, and I show up. I remember what I was wearing even. I was wearing a pink polo Oxford. Yeah, pink. I was wearing pink. Don't judge me. It was a nice warm summer day, 4th of July. It was like July 2nd, I think it was. And had this like wife beater underneath. It was like a tank top, like a olive green string tank top. My favorite tank top. So it was like this string tank top underneath. And I was all ripped up doing bodybuilding shows and stuff. So I was 19 years old. I had a crotch rocket, badass freaking ninja, green and white ninja. And I brought the shirt with me, which, I had the web strap that you strap a helmet down on the back of your seat, or I stuck my shirt up under there because it was still warm out, but then it's got as soon as the sun went down, so I didn't cool. I had to reach back, grab my shirt. My shirt's gone, so it's missing. I'm the frick, man, and I'm screwed because I know it's going to get cold and freeze my balls off. I'm running around the freaking neighborhood. I'm my ninja. So I remember freaking whipping up on this party. All these, I just got this crotch rocket like a week or two before, and I remember a bunch of girls were going, "Is that your bike? Does that take me for a ride?" I'm like, "Yeah, take you for a ride another day, and get out and be seen." So I come walking in, and I just see all these guys, these older guys from before I started working out, before I started getting buff, before I started smashing fools and getting the reputation, before any of these guys, all these freaking older dudes who kind of knew of me now, but that I was freaking, wrecking fools here. they were a few years before, like in high school when they were juniors, seniors, they were kind of bullies and kind of picked up me, real cocky and kind of douchey. Now I see them, they're like, hey, what's up, buddy? You know, shake my hand, what's up? How you doing? I want to be my boy. And I was kind of arm's length. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You know, I'm just kind of like, hey, bitch, you for a couple years ago, you treat me like I was some kind of little hoe. Now I've knocked a few fools out. Now you're all on my dick, you fat drunken freaking, because they're all like 22 years old. They're freaking drunk slobs now. But anyways, so I come walking in the backyard, say what's up, just kicking it there, and I'm kicking it with these girls, and all of a sudden in comes walking this freaking posse, this crew, and it's these dudes from the neighborhood that basically a couple of them lived on my street. They all were these kids that sold weed for me at some point. Like this is the kids, like I think I told you the story about when I basically forced these kids to sell my weed. I sat them down in a house, said, listen, here's a quarter pound, here's a quarter pound, here's a quarter pound. Come on, you're going to sell this weed and you're going to pay me freaking $900 a week, or there was no or else. You're just going to. So give me my money every Friday. I'll give you some more weed. They all did it because they were scared, and except one of them, the one that I'm about to have a problem with at this party, he kind of freaking, he started selling, he'd take the money, flip my weed, buy some more weed from his own plug, start flipping it on the side. He'd keep taking my weed, though, and giving me my money because he didn't want to kick up dust. But I knew he was doing it because I could see he was making more money. He bought like a new car and everybody. I could tell, man. I ain't no dummy, bro. I keep my fingers on the pulse of the neighborhood, and I knew. I'm like, oh, this fool's, he's taking my money and re-up and flipping. I'm like, you know, I mean, I was kind of like almost proud of him for that. I'm like, that's balls. As long as he's still taking my weed and paying me, I don't really care. So, but I almost robbed him. When my weed plug dried up, I told him to get me some weed, and he brought me some freaking half-ass weed, like, I don't know, a couple pounds. And I was going to freaking just take it. But weed wasn't even that good, so I was going to wait for another day. And another day never came because he was scared. He knew I was going to get him. So anyways, at some point after he sold weed for me, he tried to get with my girl while I was on the run in New York. And then I came home and I smacked, and this might not even have been that even yet. This might have been after he freaking pulled a gun on me at another party. I can't remember. I don't remember if that came first. All I'm saying is this dude, I think I had already punched him in the face one time, and he like pulled a gun out. And I freaking went at him like, what you gonna do with that? Bitch, you ain't do nothing with that bitch, you punk ass mother. And everybody like shoves him out the door, and I stand up freaking going nuts. I'm like, come on. I said, freaking anybody got a piece of ale? Come get it right now. Line up outside. I'll take his whole crew out, man. All you bitches, yada, yada, yada. I go outside, and they're all gone. They're leaving. I hear a gunshot, pow, like shot in the air. So I see this dude. He comes walking in this party. But keep in mind, these dudes are dudes who always act tough as hell. Like, they're always talking gangster. They think they're gangster. Like, they think they're, like, you ever heard, like, the fake mobsters, you know, the ones in the neighborhood. They don't know any freaking real gangsters. They don't know any real wise guys, but they want to be them so bad, so they act like a certain way, but they're bitches. Sure, they'll fight if it's 4-on-1. They'll jump on a dude if it's 4-on-1, and the guy looks like some squirrely little pussy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna jump on no big freaking muscle-bound dude. They ain't no tough guy. No way. You know what I'm saying? They drive around the neighborhood smoking weed, all packed in a car, bumping, boom, 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 thinking they're gangsters. And if they see somebody look at them sideways, yeah, they'll jump out of the car and bum rush them, hit them with a bottle, beat their ass, yada, yada, yada. That's what they do. But I know they're pussies. And so at this point, I'm kind of beefed out with them. I think it's either over that girl or because he basically called me a punk when he was drunk at a party. I might as well tell that story too. It was a New Year's party. My best friend was home from college. I'm sitting in my boy Gino being chatty. I've talked about Gino before. He'll probably watch this. He was having a party at his sister's house, New Year's party. And I got my best friend with me, who I look up to a lot. You know, I mean, he's like a legend. His name is Bill Usher, and everybody knew him. He's the head of the Boys in the Hood, this crew of us from the neighborhood. Everybody knows him. He's a freaking G. And he's sitting on the couch next to me, and I'm in this chair. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm on the arm of the couch, and he's sitting in the couch next to me. He don't even know this freaking punk. He just he knows of him, and he's like, this freaking punk ass kid. And he comes walking, and I'm watching the dude, the punk, hitting on his own homeboy's girl all night. His own homeboy's girl. One of his best friends, cat named Jose, who's a bitch. I don't talk to him no more because he's freaking psycho, freaking nutcase. There's a lot of weirdos from my neighborhood who just like flipped the script on me. Just, you know what I'm saying? And hung around him since 17 years old. And then when I get out and start publishing stories about what I did in the mob stuff, they all like call bullshit. I'm like, I ain't seen your bitch ass since I was 17. By the way, I'm the same guy that freaking you were terrified of. And if anything happened, you ran straight to me to get him. And if I freaking scratched my head while you were sitting next to me, you flinched like this. Now, I'm the same guy. Now, you're surprised when I tell you I was smashing fools out there and doing all this after 17 years old? Because I ain't seen you since I was 17, 18, other than to pop in and drop a bag off to you and your boys. I may have popped in and sold you a bag. I might have seen you at a party once in a while, but I was more in the club scene after 18. They were a bunch of stoner, drunk, freaking slob losers who lived in their, like, hung out in their parents' basements all the time, and that's it. That's all they did is get drunk in a basement. Now, they never went to the clubs, ever, never. So I never seen these guys ever. I mean, I just basically, after 18 years old, gone. I seen them maybe like 5 times from age 18 to 29. They just weren't in my circle, you know what I'm saying? But they like to claim. It's funny how they're drunk between the drugs and the drinking. And they look back and they're like, I knew Al my whole life. I knew Al. I knew this and that. And they would tell people that, not me, not to me. I said, yeah, ask them where I lived, what street my house was on, what kind of car was I driving when I got locked up. They go back and ask him, like, I don't know. Like, so you mean to tell me that you know the intimate details of his criminal life with his mafia family, but you can't tell me what kind of car he drove or what street he lived on or where he hung out or nothing? You know, shut the because if you saw Al in real life, you would piss your pants. Piss. If I walked up and tapped him on the shoulder and went, hey, man, what's up? What were you saying now? These mother effers were breaking to a full sprint with 911, dialing 911. So these are the cats. So anyways, this punk ass Jose, that time I liked him. He was my boy. He was all of our boy. I did like him. He's a funny cat. All of a sudden, I look over and this freaking kid Eli is hitting on his girl. By the way, just for the record, like Jose had the hottest chick in the neighborhood, the girl that I thought was the hottest, and most guys did. Her name was Sarah. She's this really beautiful girl, looked like a hotter version of J-Lo, but way hotter. So anyways, dude's over there hitting on her, like drunk and like up on her, like, and I'm watching this dude, right? And I don't really like this is about the time that I know that he had been selling my weed and then using the money to flip. So around that time. So I really don't like the dude because of that. And he's just a little punk, but he's a little ringleader of this freaking posse. And now he's hitting on his girl. And I know he's the kind of mother effer would hit on my girl. I guarantee if I wasn't there, he would have been hitting on my girl. Just the kind of little bitch ass he was, you know. No one had slapped the shit out of him yet. And so I'm sitting there chilling like this, leaning my back against the wall on the arm of this couch. I see him get up, and I'm watching him for like 20 minutes, half an hour. And like I drank a bottle of champagne already. I usually don't drink. I had quit drinking a couple years before. But I remember grabbed a bottle of champagne out of the fridge and just drank it. And some dude who's a total freaking douchebag I don't like comes over and is like, man, drink my freaking champagne. I'm like, dude, there's 12 bottles of champagne in there. I just grabbed one. And I'm saying, you can go get another one. He's like, but mine was this. I said, no, calm down, man. I drank it. So what are you going to do, man? You want to fight over this? I'll beat your ass over this. And then people start going, calm down, Al, calm down. And I'm looking at him like, yo, I drank your freaking champagne. Go get another bottle of champagne. And I'll taste the same. Get the fuck out of here. Slap the shit out of you. But he was the kind of guy who thought he was tough. He bit his tongue that night because people like said, shut up to him or you get your ass beat. But he wanted to freaking bark. I ended up knocking him out a whole nother night and almost killing him. I need to tell that story too. It's one of the greatest maybe the greatest knockout I ever had. I straight up thought I killed the dude with one punch. He was out for 45 minutes. Anyway, so I'm drinking this bottle of champagne, so I got a little buzz going, and I look up and I'm watching this freaking kid Eli hitting on this girl. And my girlfriend's like right there, and then they're on the couch. They're all on the couch. And I'm thinking, man, if I wasn't here, this little bitch-made mother effer, he'd be right up there freaking hitting on my girl too. Then he stands up, and he walks over, and he leans up in front of me and goes, what's up, punk? To me. He's like, what's up, punk? And I'm like, man, don't ever call me no punk, bro. I ain't no punk. That's you, man. That's you. I ain't no punk. And he goes, thanks for a second. He goes, oh, man, you're just a punk like the rest of us. I'm like, yeah. I jump straight up. Bam! Blow him. Just punch him in the freaking mouth. Bang! He goes blowing him back through the freaking party like he's from, like, boom, crash. the girl that I'm about to bring up, what I'm talking about, this whole story that started this, she was standing kind of behind him. So when he went flying backwards, he crashed into her and like knocked her beer out of her hand, and it went spilling all over the place. It was keg beer, you know, in a cup. So she dropped it and it splashed all over. She's like, ah, you hear a bunch of girls go, ah, because beer went splash. And then they're all going, come on, Al, calm down. I said, man. So he looked at me all crazy, and I see him like reaching, like for his gun, and he pulls it out and holding it there. And that's when I go, I said, bitch, what you gonna do with that, man? What you gonna do with that? I said, you don't gonna do nothing with that. You don't get the balls, bro. Pull that out of me, bro. I'll beat you, motherfucker. I'll take that gun. And I'm walking towards him. Everybody gets in front of me. They're like, oh, and his boys are shoving him outside, shoving him out the door, the back door. And I'm like, man, I'll beat this motherfucker's ass. They're all blocking me, right? So at this point, my boy Joey, I think it was Joey Mazzola, was there actually DJing, which is a famous DJ friend of ours who actually DJs in Vegas. He's like he's huge, like celebrity DJ in Vegas for years. But at this time, he wasn't. He was just kind of getting started. I don't even know how Gino got him back to DJ. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it was because they had a DJ booth that was all set up, and I grabbed the mic, right? I go, give me the mic. And they shut the music off while this fight started, like the music. So I grabbed the mic. I said, yo, I stood up on a table. I said, yo, anybody got a problem with that? Anybody got a problem with that? The place was kind of quiet. Everybody's silent. I said, if you got a problem with that, line the F up outside. I said, we can go one-on-one. We can go at the same time. Don't matter to me. I'll smash every one of you bitches. So if you got some hater in you, you got something to say, let's say it. Meet me outside. Let's go. Threw the mic down. I said, come on. Silence. Nobody does nothing. So I go outside and kind of go after this freaking dude who I know they pushed outside, and I heard pow, like a gunshot, like between the houses, like they pushed him. So apparently he shot in the air or whatever. So this is, you know, now if you fast forward to this party that was a 4th of July party, it might have only been like, you know, that was New Year's, the first one with the gun. So, you know, 4 more months later, I'm at a party, and in comes walking this dude with his little posse of minions. And he's a little fat Mexican kid. And some of them are Puerto Rican and Mexican, some of them are Puerto Ricans, you know, and then the rest of them are just like white misfit suburban kids, you know. I mean, they like to think they're hard, but they're not. They're a joke. And they knew I was freaking killer, man. You know, they were terrified of me. But dude had a little balls, you know, did what he did. So I see him come walking in, and I walk over. I said, what's up, man? You got some big balls, man. I said, I'm going to beat, because he was looking at me. I said, what you looking at, man? I'll beat your motherfucking ass. I'm loud as hell in the middle of this party. Everybody's drinking and chilling, relaxing. The sun's not even set yet. It's early. The sun hasn't even gone down. Everybody's just kind of lounging around, waiting for the fireworks to come, you know, and just drinking and just enjoying themselves. And this dude walks in with like 10 guys, like literally 10 guys and like 5 or 6 girls. They all come walking in together. And he looks at me. I said, bitch, what you looking at, man? Stormed right up to him. Motherfucker, I'll beat your motherfucker. I said, bro, let me get you looking at me, man, bro. And he's like this. He's looking like this. He ain't looking. I said, man, look, what you looking at, bro? And that's when Rob and these dudes, I wish I could remember the one dude's name. He always reminded me of Spock from Star Trek. His name was Brian, I think. Brian something. Somebody's in here is going to remember. You know? And then there's Jeff Mugler, Rob Aguilero's boy. And they were all like, come on, El, man, chill out, man. Just, come on, don't ruin the party, man. Just you know, have a drink, relax, come on, bro. And I said, all right, man, I'm cool. Just tell that mother effer not to look at me, because if he does, I'm stomping him, you know. And his little posse, they're all over there with the girls and stuff. So I moved to the other side of the party, man. I'm sitting there having a beer. Keep in mind, I got a tank top on. I'm big as hell. I'm doing bodybuilding shows at the time, so I'm ripped up, big boy. And I'm sitting there drinking, just waiting I'm staring at him, and he all of a sudden he starts like drinking. He's like, and he looks at me. I said, man, what the fuck are you looking at, man? I thought I said, don't look at me, bro. I stormed back over there, and boom, I started saying, I'll beat your mother. And finally, all those older guys, they kind of got between us again. Like, come on, man, calm down. And they turned around to Eli and said, look, man, Eli, you got to go. Listen, Al's on some other tip tonight. He ain't going to calm down. So it's either, you know, one of you guys got to leave, and I'm not telling him to leave. So you got to go. So it is what it is, you know, because he said, I like you guys, but, you know, you can't stay. So they're all like, okay. So we came together. We leave together. At least they had that for kind of unity. And so when he start walking, I'll meet him around the back, because the back of his yard was another street. So there was no houses behind him. It was on Masonic. The front of his house faced Masonic, but the backyard faced the side street, Edgewater. So on Edgewater, there was only houses on this side. The other side was just the backyard. It's almost like an alley. And that's where I had parked my Ninja, my motorcycle. There was cars parked up and down the street. Everybody had parked there. There was like 100 people up there. And so I was standing by the gate, and they're all walking out. And I'm like, they're all walking right by me, and this is when I'm barking at them. I'm going, man, you punk ass mother! You guys think you're real tough, bunch of freaking tough guys, man. 10 of you drive around the car, jumping on guys when there's 10 of you. But freaking when it's look at me, it's just me. I'm one guy. What you jump on me? I like, dude, and the girl, her name's Kelly. I can't stand this disgusting, ugly little chick, man. My boy Mario married her. Oh, disgusting. His own mother hates her. It's disgusting. And I remember, and she says, she's a little short thing, like 4'10". She looks at me, she goes, "That's why nobody likes you, Al, because you're an effing asshole." I said, "Listen, you ugly little freckle-faced, pig-nosed troll." I said, "I don't give a F what you think or who likes me. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care about you. Get the fuck out of here." And I walk after the guys. They're all walking single file line back to their car. So now the whole party runs over because they want to see if this stuff goes down. I got to get Scott Bernstein's on the phone. I'll be right back. We in here now.